It was a big week for Robbinsdale area schools. The Robbinsdale School Board has named a top candidate to lead the district.
It shocked all of us in a very good way. It comes at a good time for this district.
The board offered the superintendent job to Terry Stendahl after an interview this past week. She's a former superintendent of the Prior Lake Savage area district. The school board unanimously supported Stendahl. This comes after they turned away a pool of 6 candidates in April, saying they weren't a good fit.
She's a data-driven superintendent, which is probably, again, one of the most important fits that Robbinsdale could have at this point.
The district hasn't had a permanent superintendent since David Engstrom left in September last year. The board will now consider a contract for Stendahl. Meanwhile, at least one school board member has decided not to run for re-election. John Vento said his decision has nothing to do with the current state of the board, and that his decision was actually made 4 years ago when he ran for a 3rd term. In his announcement, Vento said 3 terms has been long enough. His term ends in December. 2 other board members, Helen Bassett and Greta Evans-Becker, also have expiring terms and have not yet indicated whether they will run for re-election. Robbinsdale is looking for community feedback on the future of its parks. The city is putting together a 10-year master plan for its parks and facilities. Recreation Services Manager Matt Basic says the department is holding a survey to learn how Robbinsdale can improve its park system. He says the department has a few ideas, but your ideas will help.
Right now we have a lot of playgrounds for kids, a lot of ballparks for sports people, but not a lot of other stuff in between. So we're looking for other recreation opportunities, if that's natural spaces, if that's third spaces, just so people have somewhere to go outside of their residency.
Basic says Sanborn Park is the department's top priority for improvements. Alongside this master plan, the Human Rights Commission put together a process for renaming Robbinsdale parks, including Sanborn. You can find the survey by going to our website, ccxmedia.org. In nature, you can be amazed by what you'll find or what you can create. It gives a Plymouth photographer the perfect backdrop to unleash the inner child in all of us. Every photographer has their own brand, so to speak, ranging from people to pets to landscapes. But today we highlight a Plymouth man who specializes in a style of photography that involves lots of imagination.
There's so much nature here.
On a beautiful spring day,
So I got a whole mess of stuff.
it's a perfect excuse to get outside.
Being able to take some time and just be out in nature in the thick of it, it's a place of refuge and peace. I do apocalyptic shots and I do like more sci-fi shots.
Jonathan Ness isn't here at French Regional Park just to soak up the sun. This is a man on a mission. He's hoping to get just the right shot of his vast collection of Star Wars stormtroopers.
So today we are doing the 332nd Siege Battalion. They're more jungle guys, or at least that's how I write them and shoot them.
In a sense, you could call Ness a war photographer.
There has to be a level of chaos to it, because it's war. You're shooting war. This isn't a picnic.
But the battles he captures all involve toys.
I'm basically recapturing the battles I had as a kid.
Toys which are carefully arranged to make the scene look as realistic as possible.
You don't want just grass. You want other elements that signal to the photo, this is Endor, or this is a different world.
The 25-year-old Ness has been involved with toy photography for the last 18 years. It's a hobby that started when he was in, of all places, church.
I was like, man, I don't want these to just be idols. So I was asking God, like, what can I do to make this not idolization? And I heard him say to me, shoot them.
And shoot them he did. It's a blessing he's happy to share with others.
It's been a real blessing. I've had friends on there who've saved my life.
And it's proof that you're never too old to be a kid.
I am definitely not normal. I'm weird, but I'm like confident weird. So that makes me cool.
To date, Ness estimates that he's spent more than $10,000 on the hobby, but his art has been featured in coffee shops, and he's even helped to run toy photography boot camps. At Perpich Arts High School, an opportunity for the class of 2025 to show off their artwork.
Shows a lot of growth that has taken place over the students' first year here at Perpich. The stuff that they're making now is radically different from what they came in with just 9 months ago.
You're looking at the student exhibit called Emerging. It features the work of Perpich junior students who created art in a wide range of mediums. Everything from sculptures and ceramics to paintings, photography, and digital art. Every student selected 2 pieces to put on display.
When you come look at the work, there's not only attractive imagery to enjoy, but there is an artist statement with every single piece where that artist is describing what they were thinking about, how they made the piece, so describing that process for anyone who maybe is unfamiliar with how the work is made, and then maybe how they feel about the result of it or what they learned from that experience.
Perpich is open to the public from 8 to 4 throughout the summer. We leave you now with more of what you can see.
The state Class 3A boys golf tournament tees off June 11th at Bunker Hills in Coon Rapids. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, we meet a Maple Grove senior hoping to lead the Crimson boys to their 2nd state title in 4 seasons. Ryan Stendahl really did grow up in golf. The Maple Grove High School senior was around Rush Creek Golf Club at an early age. His father Derek was the head pro there at one time and is now the general manager, while Ryan's mother Jenny is Rush Creek's operations manager.
Growing up in golf, they gave me so much advice, and I love them so much, and can't thank them enough for what they've done for me. There's pictures when I could barely stand with the wiffle ball and the plastic club, but yeah, ever since then, I mean, I've always loved it.
The young golf prodigy won youth tournaments on the way up, and in his 9th grade year at Maple Grove was the lone freshman with 5 seniors as the Crimson won the first boys team title in school history in any sport in June of 2021.
It's crazy that was 4 years ago, and now it's just like, now I'm that old guy versus being with the 5 seniors, and it was just me as a freshman. So now to be that senior and have some younger guys, I hope to treat them like they treated me, because that was some of the best times of my life, and I think that really molded me into who I am today.
Maple Grove qualified again this week, the 3rd trip to state in 4 seasons for Ryan. Individually, he has finished 5th in each of the past 2 state tournaments. First place, more team than individual, is definitely his goal for this season.
Especially after the last 2 years of coming up short twice in a row. It's something I definitely have circled throughout all year. I mean, state's been my best memories, and it would be fun individually as well, but I really have the team circled as something I want to do and something I want to have these guys experience.
Ryan believes his consistency is the best part of his game. In watching him play, there is definitely a lot to like.
Ball striking, short game. He plays smart, is what he does. He doesn't really take chances. When it all comes together, I mean, really, there's no one, in my opinion, there's no one that's better than him, truthfully. I mean, maybe I'm a little prejudiced that way because he's part of the Crimson, but yeah, he's a great student. He's a good person in general as well, so it all adds up.
I think I got distance as I've gotten older. I think that obviously helps. I think just being smarter, like course management and stuff like that, as you don't realize how much that actually impacts your scores. I think most people, especially these younger guys, just think hit it as far as you can, but it's all about, distances you leave and angles in and uphill putts, like all that stuff goes into it. So I think just getting smarter is something I've developed into.
A big fan of his classmates and friends in both Crimson football and basketball, among other sports, Ryan also served as a team manager for boys hockey the past 2 seasons, an experience he enjoyed a lot.
I'm very happy I did it. Just building relationships with those guys and being in the locker room of a team sport. And I think some of it's helped me kind of be a leader and being leader on the golf team, even though they're completely different sports.
Next year, he takes his golf and academic talents to the University of Minnesota.
Too good of an opportunity, and just to be a part of that team and have Minnesota golf, how much it means to me, just to be able to, go out there and represent that. I'm really, really excited to do that.
Ryan's younger sister Abby will be playing at Bunker Hills June 11th and 12th as well. The Maple Grove girls also qualified for state as a team. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm John Jacobson. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.